Hello, my name is Lara Brownlow. I'm Head of Channel Sales at APAC at LinkedIn. Today I'm joined by Srikrishna, the co-founder and CEO of Factors.AI. May I say one of our most exciting and fastest growing APAC marketing partners.
Thank you.
Welcome, Shri. Let's kick off about hearing about what are the emerging marketing technology trends that you're seeing that are having the most significant impact on the industry in the next 5 years, and how should businesses prepare for them?
So we are seeing two significant trends. One is around the data, the other one is on the creative part. The data is like humongous amount of signals which are coming in. So for example, earlier you used to have a website and maybe some ad channels. Now there are events, there are social interactions, there are multiple other community interactions, channels, etc. All of them coming together, and you're able to process them as well. That is, which means like you're able to collect them and you're able to process them. So how you are able to manage that data and make sure that you take the right decisions with the data would be the next big trend which is coming. How do you summarize all this data, which is where more new AI technologies will also come in? That's one thing. Second is creative, the movement from 2D to 3D. So we are all creative people are used to something which is like either a video or an image which is just two-dimensional, which is there. Now with VR and AR coming in, there's going to be a lot of three-dimensional creatives which are going to come in. How that is going to be used in marketing is something which personally I'm not very sure of, but I can see Microsoft is doing a lot of good work with B2B companies, and it's like a lot of exciting times for creative people in the next couple of years.
So I wanted to ask you, with the rise of AI usage, what are some practical examples, you talked about content just now, of how these technologies are being used to optimize customer journeys and drive better ROI for businesses?
Sure. I mean, Indian marketers are traditionally been a lot more data-driven and also mathematically oriented compared to rest of the globe, which we have seen. And fundamentally, how they use AI, and which we have seen through all our customers, is seeing the data of customer journeys together. That is, in a B2B segment, it's not going to be just one person interacting, and it's not going to be a decision taken in one day or couple of days. It's going to be multiple people from a company taking a decision over a couple of months. For example, if someone is looking to buy services from Infosys or Ipsos or something, it's going to be a CEO who can see a LinkedIn ad. There can be someone else who will be seeing the G2 profile or something. Someone else will come and visit the website. Someone else will come and submit the form. You have to trace the data across the board, and we see marketers mapping the whole customer journey across all these multiple touch points and using AI to see what are the inflection points. So one is to see the journey. The second is to say like, okay, these are the triggers. These are the inflection points, and that's where marketing technology is also going.
Yeah, it's exciting times. So the MarTech landscape is continually evolving, which we talked about. What are some strategies and best practices that you see that you can recommend to marketers that are looking to select and integrate the most suitable marketing technology stack for their unique business needs?
So one thing which we have seen across our own experience and also our clients is starting from the customer backwards. Where do you find your customer? For example, if you're going to find your customers predominantly in events, you have to get a good event tech software to understand like which companies are coming there, who are you interacting with, and then pushing that back into your sales and marketing motion. If you're going to find people as a PLG motion, which is people who are going to sign up, you have to evolve the product according to that. Same thing with like if you're going to see companies coming on LinkedIn or this thing, then you have to invest in partners who are basically help you track your LinkedIn ads, ability to see how your LinkedIn or your review sites impact your this thing. So based on that, start from the customer and then choose, then you won't overspend, and most importantly, you'll get ROI immediately. So hence, it's easy for you to invest more on those channels.
Yeah, and you are an incredible partner to us at LinkedIn. In the same vein of talking about measurement, so thinking about kind of marketing technology partnerships, what are some of the key performance indicators or metrics that businesses should be thinking about tracking to gauge their effectiveness and about these collaboration, ensure that they're delivering tangible value and results?
So the fundamental thing, the kind of the window which has shifted is earlier it used to be a lot of impressions and clicks and maybe signups. Now it has moved directly into, since you're able to get the CRM data directly into actual pipeline and revenue delivered. So how do you tag your top of the funnel metrics to pipeline and revenue? So for example, you run LinkedIn ads, how many of your prospects or customers or engaged companies which have seen your LinkedIn ad eventually became pipeline? How many of your prospects or companies which you're targeting who saw your email and your Google ad and your LinkedIn ad eventually became? So you can see across multiple touch points how they actually converted into pipeline or revenue. That would be a more fundamental KPI for you to start with.
Yes.
And then you can slice and dice, like which countries they are converting, how fast are they converting, how much is a LinkedIn ad accelerating the conversion into pipeline. So for example, companies which have seen LinkedIn ad, how much days and what's the value of conversion versus not seeing LinkedIn ad, you can do A/B testing and cohorting around this.
And do you think customers are doing it well?
Customers, I wouldn't say, I would say they're not doing it to the best of their abilities or the thing. They can do far better, but they are getting there. And I can see a lot more data-driven or awareness coming in saying that, I know this anecdotally works. So it's in generally marketing this, you always get a gut feel saying that I know this works, but I am not able to exactly prove how this is working. Now you have the tools and metrics to actually prove that.
Absolutely. So round out a little bit of a conversation around GDPR and privacy. Obviously, there's a lot of concerns with kind of regulation changes, GDPR, DMA. How can marketers ensure that they're using technology to collect and leverage customer data ethically and in a compliant way with these new kind of regulations? That's the first part of the question. Second part is also, how can marketing partners really help to bridge and solve for those changes?
So at a fundamental level, it's like more regulation is actually very good. So more India is also getting the data commission and so many other things. One is very, very clearly consent. So consent on the website, very clearly, there is a very clear opt-in that I'm going to share cookies and other things. Second is also using tools in a way where it's not, put yourself in the customer's shoe. Would you like to have spam of emails coming into you? And that's also actually changing the customer behavior. So emails are going to get more and more less outdated, less relevant, and more importantly, targeted, personalized ad sequences are going to come in. So can I show a nice way of nurturing the customer over multiple ad windows is what going to happen with consent.
Yes.
In ads, you can actually do the consent. In emails, there is no consent because you can have cold call anyone. You can have this thing with numbers and other thing. That's going to change. And it's also a responsibility for the industry also to say that, okay, these are the good practices which we follow.
Yeah, and I noticed on your Factors.AI website, you're all GDPR compliant. You make that really clear for the customers that you're working with.
Yes, and we also insist our customers and also this thing have consent cookies on their website and make sure that they're very, very clearly tracking only people who have consented to track.
Well, with that, that's been amazing. It's been fast and furious, but we really appreciate your time today, Sri. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks a lot for inviting me here, and it's been a pleasure working with LinkedIn all through.
That's great. Thank you.